My question today is I've been given a presentation or project to do as part of the interview process. Should I do it? Well, that's going to be a very much a depend answer. So let's go through some of the things that you might be thinking about when you're deciding whether that is something you want to do or not. So many organizations, in addition to the regular interviews, will ask their candidates to do additional work. And that can take many forms, but oftentimes that will be some sort of presentation or project work that they want the candidate to do that will help them assess the person's fit for the role, what they provide, their skills that they're showing, etc. And so many people in the interview process are a little put off by that because that obviously is going to mean additional work. So here's some things that you might want to think about as you're assessing your situation and whether that is something you want to do or not. The first thing I would look at is how much do you really want this job? Because an employer is going to make this a mandatory part of the process. Very few would say, nope, you don't have to do it, but I'll make the other candidates do it. No, it's usually you do it, you can possibly move forward, you don't do it, you're out of the running. So you have to decide how much you really want this job. And if you don't, then it might be a reason for you to drop out. The second thing is what is being asked really going to help you shine and differentiate yourself from the competition? So what they may be asking you to do is really in your wheelhouse, you really enjoy this type of work, then it might be a really good thing for you to do. But if it doesn't really align with your strengths or it's not really of interest, then you might decide that you'd rather not do it and just let the employer know that you're dropping out of the process. Another thing to think about is time. How much time are you going to be asked for this project or presentation? You know, if it's an hour or two, that's probably within everybody's ability to do. If it's 15 hours, that's something else. Now, you'll have to decide, is it worth it for you to spend that much time? Those hours are precious. So if you're not particularly interested in the job, those hours might be better spent doing more on your job search, looking for other employers. So you'll have to make a determination on that. And then the fourth thing I would think about is your intellectual property. That is your work. And we know that some employers look at this opportunity for them to essentially get free consulting work. They won't hire you, but they will use your product. So if you have concerns about that, I would have an open conversation with that employer. Talk about your concerns and come up with some resolution that you feel protects your intellectual property. If you can't come up with something that will work for you, then maybe that's a sign that you should drop out of the process. So the answer really is depends, and it's going to depend on several factors. So I would take that into account and then make the decision that is the best one for your situation.